Hello everybody, we are cooking with Shirley, and actually it's Shirley and Friends and Family today. I just did a video on making coconut whipped cream, and we are going to put that coconut whipped cream, if you want to watch that video, that is a dairy-free whipped cream and it's awesome. And this is it right here in the bowl, which we use full-fat coconut milk, so you can watch that video. And we are going to make a peach crumble. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I put a little bit of coconut oil, okay, so, and I just get mine on Amazon, it's easy, some grocery stores carry it, but I put some in, this is the pan I'm going to use, so I put it in the oven, just to melt, I'm going to melt the coconut oil, and that coconut oil will just, so that my fruit, and you can use this with apple, I do apple crumble, today we have peaches, which Richard has got all nice little thin slices for me. You can use apples, you can use any fruit, and this is a easy, quick and easy, gluten-free, grain-free, dairy-free, egg-free, which is basically what I eat, which is a paleo AIP diet for people with dietary restrictions. So you can use fresh fruit of any kind. So we got peaches today. I like to recycle, so I'm just showing you I do my composting. So that's the scraps, and we're going to throw those out in the compost pile. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just heating up the pan with the coconut oil. Then I'm going to put the fruit in there so that it doesn't stick. And now I'm working on making the crumble topping. So the crumble topping, if you'll, like a regular recipe, you put usually butter and you melt the butter, and then you'll put like graham crackers or flour or whatever you're going to use. But this, we're going to use some coconut flour. So we have a little bit, and if you want to measure, this might be like 1/3 of a cup. I'm just kind of guesstimating. And I have a 4-cup measure here, and I'm just going to stick this in the microwave for 1 minute to melt it. Okay, it doesn't matter what brand you use for coconut oil, just whatever you like. I like an unrefined coconut oil. And I get mine on Amazon Prime because it comes quickly. And I live up in the mountains of North Carolina, and sometimes it's hard to find good products. So the coconut flour, I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to use some almond flour. And I'm also going to use some coconut sugar. And then I'm going to put some spices, some cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. And this is a little bit of it. This is vanilla. You can use regular vanilla extract. This is actually homemade. My daughter-in-law made it, so my son's wife, Haley, made that out of fresh vanilla beans with, I don't know how exactly she made it. I made it before, but it's been a while. But anyway, it smells really good. So we're getting ready to mix our things together. So I'm going to go ahead and get a measuring cup. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to do. Probably do a cup of almond flour. I'm getting it ready. Get this out. This come out. So when this melts down, it's, I don't have my glasses, but that's probably about right. About 1/3, I think I was about right, or 1/4 a cup, I think. So I'm going to put in there, so about a cup of almond flour. I usually use about half as much of coconut flour. Coconut flour is dense. It has a good nutty flavor, but it is a dense flour, and if baking, it's not going to work that well. And so these are nut flours actually, which is great for gluten and grain-free cooking. Baking is a little bit different. There's a lot of things that don't work exactly too well if you substitute flours, but today we're going to make something easy. You can use any kind of, you can use a bean flour, so any flour that you have that's if you want to use regular flour, that's fine, out of wheat, but I don't eat anything with wheat. So now the sugar, coconut sugar is what I use, and we're going to have about a 1/2 cup of that. Okay, and I make this different every time, and I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. I'm not gonna, normally I would measure this out, I can't get my lid off. So we're just gonna sprinkle some cinnamon there, which is about 1/2 teaspoon, I think. A little bit of allspice. Ooh, that kind of went out fast, so that'll be spicy. Some nutmeg in that. Maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. We need more like a teaspoon of cinnamon. A little bit of vanilla. And you can use a teaspoon. I'm trying to do sparingly because I don't have very much of that left. So then I'm going to stir that up. And this is going to make a nice crumble topping. So this is a great way to have dessert for people that can't eat dessert. So I can't eat cakes, cookies, pies, nothing, none of that. So I make my own desserts. These are quick and easy. The way I cook is I open up the refrigerator or I see what I have. Whatever I have, I'm going for it. So today I had peaches and I felt like having a dessert. So you can see how this is getting a crumble topping. So it's kind of crumbly. So you basically just stir it until it's a crumble. And like I said, you can use any kind of flour, but I'm showing you how to do it this gluten-free and grain-free. So we got nut flours today. And you don't have to mix your flours. You can do whatever you want. Be creative. And sometimes I put different amounts in, just whatever I go for today. Now we're going to take our pan out, which has melted the oil. So it's nice and hot. And I'm going to put it over here because it's hot. And I'm going to put the peaches in it, which have already been sliced up. And we're not really even going to measure them, so I don't know. This was a good amount of peaches, so this is probably like 4 cups, I'm guesstimating, is about. You can do whatever you have. You can do a smaller pan. Whatever you have, that's what we do. So now, this is where the crumble, you use your hands. You play with your food. That is what's fun. So, because it didn't really get stirred up too well up the underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crumble, sprinkle this on top. So I didn't add any other sugar, so the sugar's in here, but I didn't. Sometimes you can sprinkle sugar on your fruit. Peaches are going to be pretty sweet. These are really good, and it should turn out pretty juicy, so I'm just sprinkling this on top. And just kind of spread it over a little bit. And then, sometimes I cover it with foil. I don't think I'm going to cover it, so I'm going to put this in the oven. I know, I forgot. This is hot, right? My hands are dirty. Put it in the oven. Watch out for pots, pans and pots. And I think we're going to cook it until it starts bubbling and the topping melts a little bit. And it should be about a half an hour is what I'm guessing. So we'll be back with you after it's done. We'll tell you how long it took, and then we'll give you a bite so you can see how good it is. All right, thank you. We'll see you soon.